everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Hi, hello. Welcome to the start of another weekend vlog. It is technically 8 p.m. on Saturday, so I've been here for a while. I just haven't spoken to you. Hi. Hope y'all doing well. I'm tired. Last week it feels like a fucking blur, guys. Holy shit. I gotta say, it really does. But I'm here. And we're like, I don't know, 5 days out from the publication of A Favorite Fae. When you guys see this, it's gonna be 2 days away, which is, what do you mean it's coming out this week? What do you mean it's coming out this week? Oh, it's so exciting. Arcs are out, it's in all the programs. I just have to hit publish on the Amazon listing 72 hours before it's supposed to actually be live, because it could take up to 72 hours for it to go onto Amazon, which is fucking dumb for the paperback, not the ebook, because the paperback, fun fact, won't let me hit publish because the ISBN is being used by the Ingram copy on Amazon, and Amazon doesn't like that. That I said this was so confusing. I could not hit, because Amazon has this option where you can basically list your book for publication at a later date. In this one, it doesn't open up pre-orders, but it would be the perfect thing to be able to open up pre-orders with. So what it was not allowing me to do was hit publish in that sense. I had a date set for August 14th, of course, and then I was just gonna hit publish so that it would go through all the programs and it would go through all the checks and stuff like that, and then be ready to go live on the 14th. It wasn't letting me do that because it was already listed on Amazon with the same ISBN. So thus, I would just have to publish it without a delayed waiting period. It would just have to go live. So I do that later in this video, just a heads up. But yeah, I explained this super weirdly, and you only really know about this if you publish your paperback books with KDP with Amazon, because they have I guess every system, Ingram Spark, Draft to Digital, whatever, they have the ability to basically schedule out your release. And that's what I was trying to do with this paperback, is schedule out the release, but it wasn't letting me because the ISBN is already being used for a published book on Amazon, which is the Ingram Spark copy. So there you go. That's a better explanation. Even Freya's coming in to say hi. Hey, baby. But it's fine. But it's fine. I'll just hit publish in the next couple days. My Cozy Fantasy trilogy is coming to an end. It is finishing. It is complete. On my end, anyways. Crazy. Anyways, my beautiful friends, it's the weekend. Have I done anything today? No. I have done absolutely nothing except for grocery shop, sit here and try and wrestle with my air conditioner. I've come to the conclusion that my air conditioner needs to be serviced. For the past week and a bit, it has been chugging to keep up. It does not keep up anymore. I got little thermostats. While they're not probably super accurate, I've been I got one in my room because I know my room is always at least a couple degrees hotter than the rest of my place because it's over there. The air conditioner is here, and airflow and stuff like that. And they have been saying that it has been 26 and 25 degrees for the past couple days. Right now, it's actually quite lovely in here, but it still says it's 25. So I don't know what, I think it's a little wrong, but it's not incorrect in the fact that while I have my air conditioner running at 71 degrees Fahrenheit, which is supposed to be about 22 degrees Celsius roughly. I don't know why my air con is in Fahrenheit. I live in Canada. It's whatever. It's not working. It's not working the way it should. And I physically just turn into a ball of sweat every couple of hours because it's hot in here. Usually. Right now it's okay. But I think I gotta get it serviced because it's just not doing what it's supposed to be doing. And the fact that it runs constantly when I have it on, it doesn't go on and off anymore. Something's wrong. Something's wrong with it. It also doesn't have the line of water that is usually there. I can't see now because it rained a little while ago, so everything's wet, but usually there is a line of water from the unit to the edge of my balcony, and it makes algae because there's always water there. So I have to clean it every once in a while, but it hasn't been creating water for a number of days. And my dad was like, well, maybe your condenser's frozen. Leave it sit for an hour and see if that line of water appears. I did that multiple times yesterday. no water line appeared, and the air conditioner only worked like 20 minutes after I turned it back on after that. And then today I left it off all morning and turned it back on when I came home from grocery shopping, and it's kind of been okay, but yeah, it's not doing it. Like last night, I woke up this morning and it's like the little temperature gauge said it was 23 in here, not 25. And then it quickly went to 25 when I started moving around and stuff, because it's not keeping up, which is annoying because I got that thing in 2022 and it's a big unit. It's bigger than the like asked for size and what was used to be in here. I got my windows updated when I moved in 2022, or I moved in 2021, but in the middle of the winter. So I got my windows redone in May of 2022, and at the same time that I got a new aircon, and it's like a big machine. Like it shouldn't have an issue with covering this size of this place, but it does now. So I gotta talk to my dad tomorrow and be like, Dave, what's the name of your aircon guy? Because of course he's got an air. Dads like that, they just have guys for everything. He's got an aircon guy because the aircon guy has done multiple air conditioning installations. One for my parents in the sunroom. They have a mini split. And then they also have another mini split at the cottage. And he also installed mine. So I don't have a mini split, I just have a regular air unit. Wish I had a mini split. Those things work so fucking nicely, but it doesn't work with my condo unit. Anyways, 'tis the weekend, my friends. I have, since I started the weekend, I've finished a book. I've gotten halfway through another book, and I have plans to just keep booking, you know, this weekend. I also went to the bookstore with Sophia on Thursday, which was the very beginning of this vlog, because I figured I might as well vlog a little bit of that because it's always fun. I ended up breaking my book buying ban and buying Anji Kills the King by Evan Leisham because I wanted to read this so bad. I have it out from the library, but the hold is up and I can't renew it because somebody else wants to fucking read it, I guess. So, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, I trust Tor, which is the publisher, and I also trust the fact that the audiobook narrator is Moira Quirk, who is one of my favorite audiobook narrators of all time. So I'm excited about this. Pick this up. I also really want to read it this weekend. That's the plan anyways. But I did officially finish Parable of the Talents yesterday. I do have to say, this was kind of lackluster for me. I loved the first one as much as one can love such a harrowing reading experience, but it was so good and it's a masterwork. And this is good, but it left me so unsatisfied at the end, and it made me hate our main character, which is so odd because I don't think that was the point that Octavia was going for. Like I genuinely think she was just making her characters real, but like and I honestly probably should have seen it because Lauren is just kind of this kind of person, our main character. But by the end, I was like, oh, I really don't like her. Like the way that the whole like cult leadery thing went made it a little distasteful for me. Like I don't know. I really liked book one because I think what it was is it felt more like a classic dystopian to me. And this one just feels like a religious narrative, which I don't like religious narratives. And I think that's really what it is. Like, sure, the Earth Seed is at the core of the first one too, but this one, it was just like, it was very cult leadery and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I finished this. Glad I finished it. And it's another duology off my list, another series finished for this year. But yeah, I'm a little sad that this one didn't quite hit as much as I wanted it to. And then I started reading Rule of the Aurora King by Nisha J. Tooley. This one, I'm not hating it, but I am hating it. Like it's such a weird feeling. Like, the first book in this series, Trial of the Sun Queen, is a very bog standard romantasy without very much romance. It's like, you know, it's a Hunger Games-y trial book, right? For the hand of the king. And for this particular king. And then this one, we are immediately so much hornier, so much sexier. It is like, holy fuck. It like the man in here, he's hard the whole time. Literally, there's not a scene where he does not mention his hard dick, or that our main character, Lore, does not mention feeling his hard dick against his pants. Like, it is just, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I could honestly not care less about what's going on in here, which is a little sad. But I did read 275 pages yesterday, just sitting here. I was playing my new cozy game of the Tiny Bookshop on my Switch, which is very cute. Highly recommend it. I'm really enjoying it. I was playing that, and I was listening to this at the same time, and guys, I don't know if I'm gonna fully commit to this series now, because like if that's what sure, it's romantasy. We're gonna see how, like, I could honestly just DNF this now and I wouldn't be mad about it, but the fact that I have this one and its sequel also on my TBR, and I had plans to like do this entire series, just, oh my god. Honestly, if you have read a good romantasy, tell me in the comments what it is, because guys, romantasy just doesn't ever hit for me. Like, these kind of romantasy, which seems to be all the romantasy that I ever read, the only one that has ever worked for me is The Jasad Heir by Sarah Hashem. I need to get my hands on that book again, and the sequel now that it's out, I think. I really do, because just like none of these work for me. And I really want them to, because I love my fantasy with some romance in it. And like, these are so readable. They're so like, you can just consume them at top speed. And like, it makes so much sense as to why the general populace of the book world, not like us, like the people in the corner going, hey, SJM is really problematic and you shouldn't read her books. Or, hey, like Rebecca Yarros, Zionist, don't read her books. Like that kind of, like, you know, there's a few of us in the corner here yelling about that. But like the general populace of people who pick up romantasy, who pick up the ACOTAR, who pick up the Jennifer L. Armentrout or whomever, they're reading this stuff because it's so easily readable and they can consume it at top speed, and it's like crack, right? It is crack literature. It is stuff that just people just consume at top speed because it's easy to read, it's really readable, and it hits for them because they haven't read anything better. It doesn't hit for me because I've read a lot of really fucking good books. I don't know. This just doesn't work for me very well. Am I convincing myself to just DNF this? No. I am interested enough to like finish this book to see where it goes. But like, anyways, so yeah, that's where I'm at with my reading. I have so many arcs on my Kobo that I also need to fucking get to. I have so many library books that I need to fucking get to. Guys, I feel so behind in my reading because oh my god. Well, first of all, I need to fucking finish this one. Here's the thing with me and like arcs and ebooks and stuff like that. I have such a hard time reading them because I am so reliant on needing an audiobook to keep me focused. Because I tandem read everything. Like I read physically and by audiobook with literally everything I can, you know? So when I have an arc that is just ebook form, it takes me a while. And granted, I know The Isle in the Silver Sea is like 300 pages. It's a short fantasy book. I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time actually like getting into it, which is awful. What else do I have on here? I have Violet Thistlewaite is Not a Villain Anymore, which is apparently a cozy book. We have The Keeper of Magical Things, which is the sequel to The Teller of Lost Fortunes by Julie Leong, which is, again, a cozy book. I have Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross, which is set in the same world, I think, as Divine Rivals. I have The Vanishing Place by Zoe Rankin, which I don't know anything about. I just have it. I have The Second Death of Locke as well, which I also want to really read, but I want to read it after I'm done The Isles in the Silver Sea, because they're both Lady Night books, and I know it's going to get confusing in my brain. What else do I have? Mistress of Bones by Maria Z. Medina, which came out already. I saw it in the bookstore. I have fucking The Fairy Morgana by Louisa Morgan. It's fucking Christ. I have so many things. I also have a bunch like that are still just on my phone. I have the Blood for the Undying Throne as well. But I have a bunch that are just on the NetGalley app on my phone because they aren't downloadable to your Kobo because the publishers haven't chosen to have that available. But like, I have so many arcs that I want to read. I have so many library books that I want to read. For the past little chunk of time, because I've finished A Favored Fae, I haven't been in the mood for reading. I've been in the mood to just sit on my couch and do nothing. So that is what I've been doing, which is totally fine. I did count A Favored Fae towards my reading goal because I did read that thing like twice over just in the past couple weeks. So I'm counting it once towards my reading goal because I did that proofreading pass. So it is the first book I finished in August. And then I had, of course, the Parable of the Talents, which I'm glad that I finally finished that. I'm glad I read another Octavia E Butler. I have Wild Seed on my like upcoming TBR because I have the audiobook in my like library, in my Libby holds coming in, so would love to read that. But I think what I am going to do is I'm going to pick up the Anji Kills a King because I just really want to read it. I really do. I also have these library books sitting with me. I have this romance, in case I was feeling a romance, by Gabriela Gamez, which is the next best fling, which looks like we have a plus size main character on it, which we love. I also have Inferno's Heir by Tiffany Wang. And I also have this sequel, The Tainted Con by Taran Matharu, which I would really like to get to, you know, which is why it's been sitting on my coffee table for the past few days. Anyways, that is the update, my friends. I'm feeling distinctly nothing right now towards the fact that I have a book coming out this week. Like, I'm like, rationally, I can tell you that I can't believe that it's already here. I'm relieved that it's done. I'm relieved that it's out in people's hands. I'm very excited that it's in ARC readers' hands. Also today I ended up sending a mass email to a bunch of other creators who like enjoy cozy stuff that I found on TikTok and Bookstagram that I've been like following, and also just like brand new people that I then ended up following. That's really fun because I've had a few people also like reach back out and be like, oh my god, I'm so excited that you sent me this ARC. So we love that. Ren Jones, who is the author of Practical Potions and Premeditated Murder, and her new book Dragons and Damsels, or Damsels and Dragons. It's like a sapphic dinosaur cozy, which I really need to get my hands on that. She also reached out and was very excited to have an ARC of that. And then Sarah's Bookish Macarons, I also sent her an ARC, which is really fun because I know she really likes cozy books as well. So I've sent a bunch of people the ARC today, which is really exciting, and I just hope people read it and enjoy it and then tell other people about it. That's really all I hope for. One, that people like my book, and two, tell other people about it, because then that makes other people read it, and it's just a chain reaction, right? Because it's all about word of mouth. This weekend, I'm doing nothing other than sitting here and reading and playing my cozy games. Tomorrow, I do have to go to the library. I have to drop off some books and pick up some books, and I also have to get my prescription from Costco, which I'm not very excited about because I have to go to Costco. And I don't like going to Costco, which is fine, whatever. But I did go grocery shopping today, so I don't have to do that tomorrow, which yay, one less thing to do tomorrow. Maybe I can go to like a thrift store or something and just like mosey. My birthday is in less than a month. I'm turning 28 on September 6th, which is a little insane that we're already here. I'm not one that is usually weird about my age or anything like that, or like growing older or anything, but it gets to a point in my life, I won't harp on it, but like, I'm not scared of getting older in the sense of getting older. I'm scared of the fact that I'm still extremely single, have never been in a relationship with anybody, and I'm 28 years old. And my parents are also getting older. And so in that aspect, I'm terrified because I'm an only child and I want them to have grandkids, you know? I want to have kids one day. So it's like gently terrifying that I am now going to be 28 years old. My parents were married at the age of 28 and 29. And I'm just like, holy shit. Things are getting in that sense. But in other sense, I don't really give a shit. I'm gonna be 28 years old, whatever. September 6th is coming real quick, which also means that like the regular school year is coming back, which means regular teaching is coming back soon. I'm not ready to go back. God, I need a break. And also after this weekend, I'm gonna start like poking at other projects writerly wise, because I really want to start the ball rolling on a bunch of different things, a bunch of different ideas that I have. Also Sage's story, I would like to get drafting on that, because if you've seen oh no, you wouldn't, because I didn't really talk about this in that latest vlog. Yeah, it's in an editing vlog that I don't know when's gonna go up. It's probably just gonna be an extra video at some point. It's definitely gonna go up this week sometime, but whether it's before a favorite phase publishing day or after, who's to say? But it is a goal of mine to like fully actually start furthering my career and in writing specifically, because my career in my everyday life is very stagnant and I can't really control that because the job market's really bad. So we're just taking what we can control and going from there. Anyways, I'm gonna stop talking. I am going to get a sweet treat and an Advil because my head's starting to hurt, and I think I'm gonna play a little bit more of the Tiny Bookshop and read. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm also still obsessed with Breath of the Wild, don't worry. I just took a moment yesterday to get the Tiny Bookshop game because it was $25 on Nintendo Canada and I started it because it was very cute and I'm really, really liking it. It is such a cute, cozy game. Like, I highly recommend if you're into cozy games that feel like kind of the vibe of Stardew, where it's like every day you're doing very similar stuff, like you're going through a routine, and then you're also like kind of interacting with people, but it's not high stakes. It's not like you're trying to figure out how to make like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. You're just a person going around in a little mobile bookstore to different spots, and you're doing different things for different NPCs. And you're also like selling books to them, which is kind of fun. And you're trying to like get the right recommendations for people, which is sometimes hard. It's sometimes hard. Even though I know a lot of the books that they're mentioning, sometimes it's a little tricky. There have been a few moments where it's been like, oh, like I really want a romance, but like a historical, like classic. And I was like, great, you should really read Little Women. And it was like, this is not a romance. And I'm like, bitch, excuse me? There's a romance in there. And it's also the romance of family. Granted, that one probably wasn't the best pick, but like there's a few picks that I've been like, this is a good fit for this, and the game says no, and I'm mad about it, but it's fine. It's fine. I know better than the game in some instances. The game knows better than me in others, so who's to say? Anyways, I can't even say welcome to the vlog at this point because I've been talking for 24 minutes, but hey, thank you for being here. I hope you're having a good day. Get yourself a drink. It's Saturday. I'll check in with whatever I read and whatever I finish next. I got the bean, some new things. We got the upright scratching post and a little meese, a little catnip mouse that she can carry around and chew, which she loves. I have a second one here. She seems very excited. She says, yeah, new toy. Hello friends, happy Sunday. I am home from my little gander. I didn't end up going to get my prescription because Costco was a fucking zoo and I was not about to do that to myself. So I'll go tomorrow. I'll go tomorrow after work. It'll be less busy on a Monday evening than Sunday midday, you know? But anyways, I thought I'd share a couple things. I did go to Indigo. I know we do not shop at Indigo. I know, we do not support them. I did not buy any books. I just wanted to go gander because I know their selection for stuff is amazing. Literally, I was flabbergasted by the fantasy section. It was so good. I found so many books that I was like, oh, I'm adding this to my wish list. I'm adding this to my library holds, like, et cetera, right? Like, I was going for a little gander. And of course, I found stuff that I wanted to actually buy. I did buy a few things. Don't hate me. I have not gone to Indigo in years. So yeah, we do not support Indigo because they support the IOF or IDF. They support Israel. But interestingly enough, they had a shelf that had like during the conversation on it, and it was like the Ukraine war, and then above that it had books about Palestine, which I thought was interesting. I don't know. Anyways, I got Freya some stuff and she's obsessed with that little mouse. She's going crazy, which we love, and I have a second one. For when that one, you know, gets lost under the couch or something. Just want to make sure that I didn't drop any like plastic bits. I also ended up at Indigo anyways. What I got was I got this cutie little keychain thing, which I'm going to swap out my keychain on my keys for. I also got the bookworm mug because I had to. It's a little dragon fella. and it says bookworm in it. So, new mug. Shouldn't have done it, but whatever. And then I also picked up one of these like mini brands. This is not a mini brand. This is a Zuru Max Lego set. Possible, like, is it this one? I don't know. I don't know if it's this one particularly, or is it like a possible mystery bundle, but I've always, I keep getting those like mystery boxes on my TikTok, and I want the feeling of opening up a mystery box, but I couldn't care less about what's in it. Like, I want that feeling of like, what is it? Am I excited? You know, because people get so amped about those mystery boxes. They get so obsessed with them. So I'm like, I want to experience that. This seemed cute because it's like a little Lego thing. So we're going to open that. And then I went to HomeSense, and very exciting because one, I got Freya some toys, and I also found a Leisham actual like bullet journal. This isn't quite what I usually get. Usually I'm just getting their like, this covered in stickers, but this is what I get every year. I get their Leisham 120 GSM journals, bullet journals. These are not like, or bulleted, dotted journal, if you will. This is their like legit bullet journal. So I saw it there for $16.99. These are upwards of 40 with tax on their site or on Etsy or anything. So, and they're the exact same size, and it's thick 120 GSM paper. So we love that. This is going to be saved for next year for planner, which we love. My like spoon rest broke the other day, so I picked up a new one for like $6. Good day. Lots of meandering, lots of wandering. I'm very warm now. I'm gonna just sit. I'm gonna read. Ooh, I also finished in one fell swoop Anji Kills the King yesterday, and it was really, really good. I really, really enjoyed this. Like, there were a couple things in his writing that were odd. Like, he said horses bleated, and I was like, horses don't bleat. They don't. Sheep bleat. Horses do not. They neigh, or they nicker, or they, you know, they don't bleat. So that was a little weird. That was like one specific sentence, and I was like, what? Hold on, what? So, I'm so shiny, holy shit. I'm a little confused as to the world building in here, specifically with like all the different kinds of people mentioned and all that kind of stuff. But I think it works really well because our main character, Anji, is so out of it for a lot of this. So we're definitely not getting a lot of explanation because she is not aware of stuff. And there's a lot of moments where like people will go on long diatribes and she's like, I don't fucking know. I'm gonna stop listening. It's apt, but this was great. Our main character is likable and also incredibly unlikable. You root for her the whole time, and yet you want to strangle her because she doesn't fucking shut up. And it's like a thing, like she doesn't stop bothering the people around her, and she doesn't stop asking questions. And like she wants to know things, but she also just like wants to fuck with people in that way. You just missed the best cat butt wiggle. Oh, and now she's not, because she's like, I sense a camera on me, I'm not gonna perform. But this was really good and actually gave me some inspiration for a different project that I want to work on. Not Sage's story, a different one. So we love that, and I think Evan's writing is really lovely. Like, it was satisfyingly descriptive and also to the point. It like hit a good middle ground of like descriptive and also to the, I don't know, it just really worked for me. So had a great time with this. So this follows Anji, who kills a king right at the beginning of this. And then she just goes on the run, and she gets caught up by one of the fabled mercenaries from the menagerie, who are these supposed like incredible warriors, by the Hawk. And then the Hawk is like a surly aging woman who has a lot of secrets of her own, and she definitely wants Anji for reasons of her own. And it's just like, it's a very interesting cat and mouse chase and also a little bit of a quest. I really enjoyed this. I highly recommend this, and I cannot wait for the sequel because holy fuck, the ending of this was insane. Whoa, is it dark? Be careful. Like, it is humorous, which I really, really enjoy. Moira Quirk is the audiobook narrator, and she did a fucking amazing job. It definitely comes across humorous and like tongue-in-cheek in some moments, which I loved, in the like contrast with how fucking dark it got. I totally forgot that this was like a dark fantasy, but it says on the back, Leisham catapults onto the scene with this unforgettable debut that adds a refreshing new note to the beloved choir of dark fantasy. Like, it is a dark fantasy novel. I forgot that. a lot of times when I was reading this, because it was definitely like it had some lighter heart to it, which I think is a great add-in for really dark fantasy. Like, you don't want to be dark all the time. You need that balance. It's gory. There's a lot of vomit. There's a lot of spit. There's a lot of insane shit. My air conditioner is just going to turn back on again. But this was great. I did really enjoy this. So love that for me. Another book down. So that's 3 books in August so far. Still contemplating DNFing this one because I just really don't even want to pick it up. So we're gonna see what I end up reading today. I didn't play any more of the Tiny Bookshop last night, so I might do that tonight or today or back to Breath of the Wild, whatever I'm feeling. But yeah, that's the update, my friends. I'm thriving, sweating. Freya is having a lot of fun with her new toys. And this scratching post is so cute. It's a little cheese slice. And it had a mouse on the packaging, like it's like a little mouse hole. I don't know, I thought it was cute. And it's one of those ones that like I have it sitting up like this because I've noticed that she kind of wanted to scratch upward. Hey baby. And she's putting her whole nose in there. She also likes to scratch on that one there. So new scratcher for the baby, which is always exciting. And new mouse toys that she's obsessed with, so. Yay, what a day. I'm gonna now make food because I have only eaten a bowl of cereal today. I'll catch up with you later when I got more things to talk about, but what a day, what a nice day. Hi, baby. You like your new toy? Oh, she likes your new toy, yeah. Don't leave, keep doing the biscuits. No, look at these fluffy pants. Came back from the office to this on my porch. Turn that off so you can hear me. You know what this is? This is not a final copy of My Favorite Fae. This here is a proof copy with the latest inside, basically. This is what's gone to publication, basically. Why don't I have a final copy? Because Amazon's being dumb and isn't letting me like hit publish because on my paperback book, because it's already published under that ISBN on Amazon because of Ingram Spark. Fucking hate Amazon. Okay, but we got a proof. So this is the actual size that she's going to be. She's a little bit skinnier than the other one. Where did it go? Just a touch. Just 30 pages skinnier. Oh, look at that. The colors are different. This is the new one. This is why. Indie authors, anytime you order from Amazon, you're gonna get different colors of stuff. Because tell me why this one looks lighter on camera but darker in person. I don't fucking know. That's crazy. My beautiful babies. This is so hard to see every time. Just like, this little guy in the corner is so hard to see. But this is it. This is what it's gonna feel like. This is what it's gonna be like, except for this not for sale line. So that's okay. I picked up another proof because I knew I could order that and have this because I'm having like a launch thing with my friends on Thursday. So I wanted to have like an actual copy because sometimes they like to like flip through the copies. And so if I have this one, which is the one with like all my individual findings of like things I needed to put on the fucking glossary and like little changes that I needed to do. Like this is not the updated updated. But this is the updated. I will probably read through this again because I've had a couple people come to me, my beautiful ARC readers, have been like, hey, we found a couple like spelling errors. And I was like, of course you fucking did. So if you get a copy of the book on publishing day, there are gonna be a couple errors in it, but it's okay because I'm human and we know that's a thing. Like I caught beautiful Allie caught a couple hours before my deadline of like being able to submit anything. She caught one in the early chapter of, I think it's Too Much Thigh, which I think is so funny. She caught a instance of me that I typed D-E-A-R instead of D-E-E-R for deer, which is obviously something that my eyes and my computer would not catch because that's not the correct form of deer. But I caught it, not on this one, on a different one. Fuck. Oh, I didn't catch it in this one. I need a color. That's so funny. I was like, I need little like Post-its. I got one right here. That's an error that I need to change, or that I have already changed, but there are other spelling errors in the book. That's so funny, but this is the most updated. This feels so nice. This feels so nice. Huh, this feels different. Maybe they updated their shit because this like quality is different. Like this is soft. This is not. What? Okay, maybe Amazon updated their quality or their stuff because this is a different texture to this one. Like this is soft. This is smoother. You can hear it too, unless I'm just going crazy. Possibly going crazy. It's fine. Hi, happy Monday. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I went to the office this morning because I had to do press proofs and I am in a lot of pain. This morning I was in so much pain that I genuinely considered just not going to the office, but I had to because I had to do that thing, to do the press proofs. So my neck into my shoulder into my rotator cuff is on fire. It's better now because I took an Advil and it actually kicked in, but like I was in so much pain this morning. It was not good. I'm not having a good time. I don't know what's happening, but this is an exciting acquisition actually because today is the 11th. I can submit the paperbacks now because it's gonna take like 72 hours for it to get into the fucking Amazon system. So we're gonna just, you and me here today, we're gonna hit publish on A Favorite Phase paperbacks on KDP. So if you see this, you're gonna see this tomorrow on Tuesday. Go look on Amazon and see if the paperback's available for order. Because honestly, it could be, which is a little crazy. All right, we hit publish. Paperback has been submitted. Now they need to check it for whatever fucking guidelines, I guess. Forgot that was a thing that I had to do. It's in review. So we'll see once that is confirmed or denied. It better be fucking confirmed because I'm not about to fight with Amazon like I did with A Little Luck, but hey, you know what? Once it's confirmed, it's in the system and it could pop up on Amazon. Hey, we love that. We love that. Anyways, I'm fucking overheating. I need food because I haven't actually eaten today other than just shoving a piece of bread in my face. This is so weird. I don't know if that's a proof cover or like the actual cover now for their books, which I'm not. I like the soft touch better. It better be soft touch for the final copies, but like it could be just a proof. Who's to say? Who's to say, honestly? Not me, because I am not part of Amazon's team, but hey, this is the newest. I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to read a bit of it to you. How about that? Because I haven't done that yet on like any of these situations. And I remember reading a second story's like first line to you very early. Part 1, Keeper of the Lines. Chapter 1, The Keeper of the Lines. Yes, I know it's very repetitive. It's whatever. Merowyn. Strangeness flocked to Merowyn. Take, for example, the bottle green wormling that clung to her shoulders, making a noise in the back of his throat like an anxious grandmother fussing over the amount of salt she put in her soup. Don't like, he crooned to Merowyn. He peered over her shoulder at the stone currently nestled between the stems of unseasonably fresh lavender. His voice always came out like he had sand stuck in his throat. Mary shifted back on her strong leg as she took a half step away from the garden bed. You don't like anything, Hemlock. Locke curled his tail tighter around her upper arm. I like you. That's only after I've fed you, you beast, she said, smiling as she pulled playfully at the tip of his tail. The two of them looked at the stone in the lavender,
quiet. It had an odd aura about it. If she was looking at a creature, Mary would have said it had an awareness to it. But this was a stone. In her fairly extensive experience of the material realm, she had yet to come across one that was sentient. Sure, there were earth elementals that were made of stone, but that was different than something this small and seemingly insignificant. The surface shone like an oil slick on the ocean in the thin late winter morning light of her garden. Roughly 2 handfuls big and pitted like raw granite, the stone looked as if it should have been quite heavy. But when she had picked it up at the magic goods stall in town when she'd purchased it, it was surprisingly light. Some odd sensation had come over her when she had walked by the stall. It was as though someone had pinned her with a stare, drawing their eyes physically over her skin. But when she looked back at the stall, the proprietor, Cecily Little, was deep in conversation with someone else. Then Mary had noticed the stone, innocuous amongst the other odds and ends Cecily sold. The moment Mary's fingers had grazed the surface, her heart knew it had to come home to her cottage with her. Mary ran her fingers gently over the pitted surface. It looked good out here, in the lavender. She'd been moving it around her small cottage and garden, trying to find the right place for it the past 2 weeks. This was only another attempt to see where it would remain, as nothing had felt quite right yet. Something incorporeal brushed up against her consciousness. She froze, fingers lingering on the stone. Said Locke in her ear, shocking her out of her thoughts. Whatever the feeling was vanished as she tried to focus on it, leaving her feeling bereft and aching, right below her ribs. Stranger things have happened, Mary said quietly to herself before turning away. It had been quite some time since she'd experienced an oddity in her day-to-day life, despite being rather used to them. Last time it happened was when Locke had shown up in her garden, a tiny wormling out of his element. Wormlings were more commonly found deep in the Black Shell Forest, staying mostly away from any population that may disturb them, or up in the mountains near the Nerian Empire. Seeing one this far southeast, near the coast, had been quite the surprise. The oddities came with being the Witch of the Woods, as the townsfolk of Airmount called her, or, in the case of her actual title, the Keeper of the Lines. And I'll end it there. I love reading out loud, I found. When I was a kid, fun fact about me, I was really shit at it. People thought I was bad at reading because I couldn't read out loud. And then they would like test my comprehension of something and they'd be like, oh no, actually she's a very good reader. She just can't read out loud. And so I practiced it a lot. But I practiced it a lot in university in different accents because I was like trying to keep myself, awake and aware of like what the fuck I was reading. So I got fairly good at reading out loud. Because I practiced it a lot. Because I was bad at it and I was judged for it as a kid by the teachers. So, anyways, that's the beginning of A Favorite Fae. Pick it up, my friends, because it comes out on fucking Thursday! It comes out on Thursday. Holy shit. Anyways, I gotta go eat. I'll chat to you later.
Hello, friends. I am here. My air conditioner's on. It's roaring. Apologies. I'm wearing a sweater because I wanted to be cozy and it wasn't hot in here. We love that. So, apologies for that being on right now, but I wanted to pop in and officially close out this vlog because it is almost 1 a.m. My shoulder's on fire once again. I'm holding it up like that. This is one of the only positions that it's like kind of comfortable, which is a little crazy. But yeah, I just remembered that I had to edit this vlog because all I've been doing all evening, I intended on picking up another book to read. I intended on picking up A Mastery of Monsters by Liz Sambry because I kind of want to read this one, which actually, now that I think about it, probably wouldn't be a good idea because I think it's a dark academia. Probably good for fall. Probably not good for now, but like, it's fine. Anyways, I wanted to pick that up. I literally did not because I was hooked on the Tiny Bookshop. So I'm officially a year into the Tiny Bookshop and I fucking love this game. Like, there's always something new going on in this town. You're becoming such a little part of a community. I love it. And there's one, like the cafe location looks exactly like Airmount to me. So it's just, it makes me so happy. It's a little seaside town and I fucking love it. It's like I'm hanging out in Airmount and being a bookseller. It's the best. But anyways, my friends, I finished 2 books this weekend, 1 in this vlog. 2 books. One of them was Parable of the Talents. I have not yet run either of them through Compile, but that's totally fine. That one probably gets like 3.5 stars. I also finished in its entirety Anji Kills a King, which I really enjoyed. That one's probably gonna get a 4.5 star. Really, really liked that book. And I will say, like, it's not a full 5 stars. It's not a new favorite. It's not a perfect book. I mentioned a couple things about the hi, sweetness. She's mad at me. She's like, bitch, you're talking to the screen again. What? Oh my god. You say bye to the vlog? I talked about some of the sentence stuff with, there's a couple little things that I was just like, horses don't bleat. I'm gonna be stuck on that sentence for so long. And then a lot of the arguments between Anji and the hawk are really repetitive, and the situations feel very repetitive. Like, not the content, but a lot of just like the attempts Anji takes to like escape and get away and run and all this kind of stuff. And then like the screaming matches she gets into with the hawk, like she drives people nuts, and like everyone's like, shut the fuck up, please. And it's just very repetitive after a certain amount of time, but still really enjoyed this. And I really liked how active Anji was. Like, she was never passive in this book. Things happened to her, but she fucking tried her hardest. Every single thing that she did fucked everybody up, and she was like, god fucking damn it. Like, just another one, another mistake. I really liked this book. I thought it was great, and I do recommend it if you're into a darker fantasy quest situation. Anyways, my friends, I'm gonna leave this here. Freya and I are gonna say bye. You better not be, oh, you're just chewing my heating pad. That's great. Love that for me. Hey, can you not do that? Yeah. Yeah, I also have a heating pad here, because neck. I haven't had it today, but yesterday I had it, and I was like, this is counterintuitive with the air conditioner blasting heat on my neck, but like, it sort of helped a little bit. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all very dearly. It's a Favored Phase release week. Go get your copies, my friends. It's not yet on Amazon. I haven't gotten the like approval email, like your paperback has been published email. So in the next couple days, it'll be rolling out, and you might be able to get your copy early. Everything else releases on the 14th. It's just the Amazon paperback that might be weird. The paperback that is on Amazon right now, that is an Ingram Spark copy for pre-order. If the Amazon paperback that you want to pre-order says pre-order, that is the Ingram Spark copy. So you're going to be paying a little more for that one. If you want to buy it on Amazon, wait. Wait until you see the one that's for less money. If you don't care, don't buy it on Amazon. What the fuck are you doing? Buy it from your local indie bookstore. Support your local indie bookstore. But yeah, if you want to pay less money for the book, wait until it's up on Amazon for a lesser price. I'll catch you guys in another video very soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.